Thanks for joining me at Care and Share, one of the nonprofits that played an important role in helping those who were affected by the Waldo Canyon fire. And the person to tell us about it is Shannon Coker. Welcome, Shannon.
Welcome, thank you.
All right, well, tell us about, once that fire started, what did Care and Share do?
So on the 23rd of June, when everything was, really going crazy, our CEO, Lynn Telford, made a call to all of the senior leadership and said, okay guys, let's meet at 1 o'clock today and let's have a disaster meeting to understand what we were going to do and how we were going to move forward. And a few hours later, that was early in the morning on the 23rd, a few hours later, she said, come on in. She was the first one here and was out in our dock collecting food for those people who were affected. And later in that day, it was like 4 o'clock, and I looked at her and I said, what about that 1 o'clock meeting we were going to have today? We were so busy collecting, and that first day we collected 100,000 pounds of food, which is absolutely astounding.
Yes.
Earlier that week, we had collected food for the Hyde Park fire, and we're really proud of our 13,000 pounds that we collected. So to collect 100,000 pounds in just one day was absolutely remarkable.
Yes. And that's just the beginning.
It was just the beginning. We, continued on and collected every single day for about 2 weeks. And throughout the course of that time, we'd collected 1.6 million pounds of food. And it was absolutely remarkable. In a year's time, Care and Share typically brings in about 400,000 pounds of food through food drives. So to have 1.6 million in 2 weeks is certainly a feat.
Yes, yes. So once the food was here, you started getting it out.
That's right.
And how did that look?
So when the food was coming in, we realized that our staff we didn't have enough hands to go through all the food. So we made some calls out through the media to bring in volunteers. So we had hundreds of volunteers throughout the course of those 2 weeks here. They would sort through that food that we received. They would box it and put it into emergency food boxes for those families. And then we would distribute it out. Our senior leadership team was in communication with all of the shelters and the emergency response areas, and just really making sure that we could get food up to Tent City and all of those places where firefighters were, because we had plenty of water and snacks for them, thanks to the community. So we would distribute that food out, get it out as fast as we could. And then we started partnerships with our agencies who we work with on a normal basis, and made sure that they had food to give to evacuees who would, closer in their area.
Right, and some people don't know that you don't always give directly to the people that you give to agencies, so that it can get out in other ways too.
Right. Care and Share's standard operation is not directly distributing food to individuals. We work with soup kitchens, shelters, and pantries. And through the fire, we were directly distributing to evacuees because that was what was necessary. But we absolutely worked with our agencies in more the long-term effort to make sure that we could supply them with food, and then directed those evacuees to those agencies.
Okay. So lots of good work. I know you continue to help in that area, but the holidays are coming up.
That's right.
So I want you to know how you can volunteer or donate. So
the month of November is Care and Share's very busy time of year, and we are excited to have a whole lot of things going on, food drives, turkey drives. We would love for folks to visit our website to get more information, which is careandshare.org. They can find out information there, and we'd love for them to come on down and lend a hand.
Yes, and also in December.
Absolutely. It never stops.
It
never stops.
Okay. So give your time and money and help out during this holiday season and the coming year.
That's right. Thank you.
Thanks, Shannon.
Absolutely.